The NASCAR Cup Series regular season finale this weekend at Darlington, and we kick off the playoffs all leading up to come right here in Phoenix, Arizona. NASCAR Championship weekend on its way here to Phoenix Raceway. I am Devon Henry. This is the Inside Lane, and of course this weekend everyone's going to be battling for what could be a final win to put yourself in the NASCAR playoffs. And join us here on the Inside Lane, he's the 2016 ARCA Menard Series champion, now a two-time Chili Bowl Nationals A-Main qualifier, and a winner in the NASCAR Cup Series at Phoenix Raceway. Driver of the Stewart-Haas Racing number 14 Ford Mustang, the third generation driver from Mitchell, Indiana, it's Chase Briscoe. Chase, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I like the intro.
Hey man, you're deserving of big intros because you've done a lot of big here and you're still very young. Motorsports career, but I don't think none bigger right now than your son Brooks, because he's a star. I mean, you had the post-race interview. You have so much change going on right now, but I think everyone is loving the consistency of Brooks just being absolutely hysterical and fun to be around. In fact, real quick, I do want to go back to your home race about a month ago at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I think my favorite part of the entire weekend was walking up to your car during qualifying. You pick up Brooks, and he was elated to see the cars go down the front straightaway for the first time, seeing the oval at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. What has moments like that, having your son being able to be around motorsports and just seeing the joy in his eyes when you're able to see racing action with someone, of course, who means so much to you?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Letting him kind of have new experiences, and he's definitely ate up with the racing stuff. So it's been cool to take him to the racetrack, and just he literally loves going. That's all he wants to do. Every time we even get in the car to go anywhere, he'll scream, "Driver, start your engines," before we can start the car up. So he's all about it right now. It's definitely been a lot of fun, and people eat him up online, that's for sure. So yeah, I need to keep posting more stuff with him, because he's at that point right now in life where he's just hilarious. Everything he does, it's so funny with his personality. So yeah, he's been a lot of fun, and it's definitely been fun taking him to the racetracks and just letting him experience all of it.
And with twins on the way, I'm sure that's really, really just a little bit relaxing to know that you have an entertainer for them once they pop out and they're going to have Brooks as a big brother.
Yeah, he's pretty excited. There's only a couple days, I would say, over the last 7-8 months where he said he doesn't want to be a big brother. So he's definitely excited. I don't think he understands the concept that when the twins do come, they're not going to be ready to play with his cars and everything else right away. But yeah, he's pretty fired up about it. So yeah, he's going to be an awesome big brother, and going to be a lot of fun for sure.
Two more Briscoes coming into the world, and of course I'm sure that your favorite part of Indianapolis Motor Speedway weekend was going to Bloomington Raceway, driving at your home track, and having 4 generations of the Briscoe family all together at your guys' home track. I mean, you guys have such an illustrious history in dirt, and now you continue to build that here in the NASCAR Cup Series as well. I mean, does that put some pressure on Brooks, right? I mean, he's got some greatness to catch up to.
Yeah, I don't know about greatness, but I mean, it was really cool going back to going to Bloomington. That's a place that is 25 minutes from where I grew up, and spent every Friday night there as a kid, and through a lot of my teen years. So it was cool to go back and race there on Brickyard weekend, especially, and then to do it, have my grandpa go back, dad there, myself, and then Brooks, to have 4 generations was really, really cool just for us as a family to be able to have that. So yeah, I'm sure that Brooks is probably going to want to try racing at some point. He's already got a go-kart and rips it around the driveway all the time and everything else. So I'm probably going to be in trouble here in a couple of years, but we'll just have to see what happens. I'm definitely not going to push it on him, that's for sure.
Well, it looks like he's going to have fun with it regardless, and it's definitely looked like you guys at Stewart-Haas Racing have had a lot of fun, no matter who's winning and losing at Madden at Daytona. But looking a little bit more right here at the current world of everything, Daytona is over, Darlington on its way. It's the last regular season race of the year, and it's also starting to become the farewell kind of part of a number 14 that's so iconic to you that you watched growing up and racing for your hero, Tony Stewart. Moving on to Joe Gibbs Racing, but there were so many questions moving into this season with Stewart-Haas Racing, and it's really been enjoyable watching how you guys, like you and Noah playing Madden, have really gelled this year, but I'm sure it's also got to be a little bit of a sweet but sour feeling of losing that 14 car eventually. But how right now, how do you look back on what this first chapter, I guess, of your Cup Series career has been like?
Yeah, it's for sure. That's one way to look at it. Is it's a huge first chapter of my Cup career, right? And a huge part of my career in general is being at Stewart-Haas, and yeah, it's sad to see it come to an end. Just not only like personally, I obviously want to see it succeed, but just as a fan even. Just I was a huge fan of Stewart-Haas Racing in general, so to see it come to an end and just know what this place was for so long, and now to see it come in where it won't be anything again, it's tough, just as a fan, like I said. But yeah, I have an obviously a great opportunity next year at JGR, another incredible organization, and one that I'm definitely excited to get over to. But it is bittersweet just knowing that this place is coming to an end, a place that truthfully, it's all I've ever known in my NASCAR career in general. I started racing NASCAR in 2017, and I've been here since 2018. So it's kind of all I know. I don't know how the ins and outs work at other places just because this is all I've ever been at. So that's been something that, talking to Noah and Josh even, I probably didn't realize how good I have it over here just because that's all I know. I don't know any different. And they've kind of been at other places at different organizations and could kind of just tell me, the differences. So I'm sure I'll learn those pretty quickly when I get over to JGR, but certainly has been a first chapter of my career that I've enjoyed a ton, and just from a personal standpoint, it's meant a lot to me to be able to drive here and drive for the 14 car. So yeah, hopefully we can in one of these last 11 races go out on top.
Exactly, and the point is that this chapter isn't finished yet. What is it going to take this weekend at Darlington to go to victory lane at a legendary racetrack and have a shot to put that 14 car in the playoffs one last time?
Yeah, you're going to have to be perfect. And Darlington's a place where I think we can get it done. Our cars have been pretty good there. Personally, I feel like I'm pretty good there. And just even these last 11 races, there's a lot of really, really good racetracks for us. You look at the playoffs a couple of years ago when we were in them, we were able to go to the round of 8. Just we have a lot of really, really strong racetracks for us on the 14 cars. So I think we're going to have opportunities to try to get in victory lane. Obviously, we need to do it this weekend in Darlington if we're going to race for a championship. But, regardless, I do think that we do have a real opportunity to go out and win a race in these last 11. So, obviously where it ends too in Phoenix, we've been really, really good there. So hopefully, we can do it once. Hopefully we can do it more than once. But, yeah, definitely think that we can, end the year strong, and hopefully that's what we're doing.
Before I let you go, gotta do a segment called Quick Time. I did this with you, I think, like 4 years ago. Usually some rapid-fire questions, but there was some trivia because you guys do have quite the background. You ready for a couple quick Briscoe family trivia questions?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. I asked you both of these years and years ago, but my first question is, first USAC car win for the Briscoe family. This was as an owner with your grandpa, Richard. Do you know what racetrack, the winner, or what year the first USAC victory?
I have no idea, but I would assume that, well, they didn't really run a whole lot of USAC stuff early, so I would say the year would probably be in the 80s, I would think. And I know my dad started in 86, so let's say Hewitt won it, and I don't know where at and when though. Let's say let's say Springfield with Hewitt. I have no idea though what year.
You're pretty dang close. That was 1984. It was Jack Hewitt. But at a place that means a lot to you too, Kokomo, where you got your first win as an owner with Timez.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I did not know that. So that's good to know now.
July 11, 1984, first win with Jack Hewitt at Kokomo. And as you said, then your dad was racing. How about this one, where your dad, Kevin, won, racing for your grandpa, Richard, in USAC?
Well, he's got quite a few USAC wins. I think he's got like 11. I know he's in the teens, I think. So yeah, I know he's for sure won at Bloomington. I know he's for sure won at Lawrenceburg. A couple others. I don't know if he ever won a Hopstadt USAC race, but for sure Bloomington. And Lawrenceburg I know are on the list, but I have no idea where the first one.
The first one was at a track that USAC doesn't really race out anymore, but Paragon.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense too. They used to go there a lot.
July 5th, 1997, your dad's first win racing for your grandpa.
Okay.
All right, and the last one, more a little bit fun. Obviously, we've seen the dirt world and the NASCAR world collide. Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., yourself. But of the guys who maybe don't have that dirt experience, which NASCAR Cup Series driver would you most like to take on dirt, whether that's in a midget or maybe even a sprint car?
That's a good question. I've been talking to Kyle Busch a lot about it lately, about him trying to get into midget, but I don't. He runs the micro all the time, so I feel like he's a dirt guy now. Well, Chase Elliott's actually driven my midget before, so I wouldn't say him. I would actually like to see William Byron do it. I think William would be really good. So I would say he would be a guy that I would like to see try it.
I like that answer. All of his teammates at Hendrick Motorsports are dirt guys, and him and Bowman were in a conversation at Phoenix, and they were like, "Why don't you get in a midget, William?" And he was like, "Why don't you get in a late model, Alex?" But I think that's a good answer. I like
William
that,
would
man.
be really good. I could see William liking it too.
It's not hard to like, and of course you've come from quite the lineage of dirt racers, making yourself a name in the NASCAR Cup Series, and of course closing out this chapter with the number 14 card, Stewart-Haas Racing. Chase, always appreciate your time, always appreciate what you do for the sport. Best of luck the rest of this year, and can't wait to see what this playoff season brings for you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Thanks for the history lesson too.
Hey, always a pleasure to have a little bit of history going on. Appreciate your time, Chase. This is the Inside Lane. Stick around right here on Sports 360 AZ as the NASCAR Championship makes its way here to Phoenix Raceway.